Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We've got some pretty interesting stuff to talk about today, if I do say so myself. Obviously, we've only just dropped into Caldera for the first time. It's a very, very new map in the grand scheme of things, but we've already got some new information, some new leaks and rumors regarding the next Warzone map that's supposed to be coming with the next Call of Duty game, Call of Duty 2022, which, as we all know by now, is rumored to be that sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2, or maybe Modern Warfare 2022. So as we go over what to expect with this new map based on the current leaks and rumors, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. Would be seriously appreciated. And of course, if you're new to the channel or if you have not already subscribed, this is the best place to be for everything going on in COD, between news, updates, loadouts, tips. It's all right here each and every single day. And right around 15,000 new viewers every single day are watching the videos for the first time. So if that's you, feel free to subscribe. That way you can always stay up to date. Now, first things first, and as always when it comes to this kind of stuff, make sure to take everything with a grain of salt. Anytime we're talking about any major leaks or big time rumors regarding, big content coming to the game, it is all subject to change. Anything can be switched up at any time. Things can be scrapped. New things can be added. Anything can be adjusted. So just for what it's worth, take everything with a grain of salt here. Nothing is officially set in stone because this is just leaks and rumors at the time. And it's also like 10 to 11 months away from happening at the earliest, right? So there's a lot of time in there for things to potentially change. But we do actually have some very interesting information when it comes to what could be the next Warzone map. I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that as we continue to see new Call of Duty games released, 2022, 2023, probably 2024, unless they shift off that yearly dev cycle, basically, we're going to continue to see these new Warzone maps introduced, just like other games have had new maps introduced over time as well. And when it comes to this next one, the successor basically to Caldera, things are looking very promising. I'd say very nostalgic as well, because obviously when it comes to the name MW2, that is a household name, right? That is an iconic name in gaming because it's one of the most, well-received multiplayer experiences ever. The campaign in the OG MW2 game, phenomenal, and it's following up MW 2019, which is the single most successful Call of Duty premium title ever. So there's a lot already riding on the core multiplayer game itself, but when it comes to the Warzone stuff, some pretty prominent figures in the gaming industry when it comes to insider information like Tom Henderson and Ralph's Valve have actually talked a little bit already about what to expect potentially with this new map. So when it comes down to it, first up, MW 2022 is likely set to pick up where MW 2019 left off. So it's probably going to be set in present day around 2022, maybe 2023 a little bit. And it's supposedly going to feature Task Force 141 basically fighting against the Colombian cartel. That's the main premise of the overall storyline. Now, when it comes to Warzone, because obviously that's not going to be fully connected with everything going on in the core game with every single multiplayer map and every single campaign mission, as far as the map goes, Verdansk is probably not going to make a return, at least in modern day form. As we talked about a little bit a few days back, there's a potential that we could see a LTM of Verdansk or something happen pre-MW 2022 launching just to build up some hype. But going back to Verdansk full time as our core Battle Royale map here in Warzone, very unlikely because, well, if you recall, Verdansk in 2019 and 2020 got nuked. It got blown to bits.
Commander, I regret to inform you that Verdansk has fallen. Containment protocol has been initiated. 3, 2, 1.
So Verdansk being out of the picture then, as far as we can imagine, that leaves us to explore a brand new area, or a relatively brand new area. More on why it's relatively brand new in just a moment, but based on some new information that we got over the past couple of days, we've been learning a little bit more about this supposed DMZ mode for Modern Warfare 2022, which is like this third mode, this co-op mode that is very similar to Escape from Tarkov. It's basically built on the same premise. You go in, you loot, you try and extract. There's AI. There's also other players in there, so it's PvPvE. And like I said, it's very similar to Escape from Tarkov based on the information that we've already discussed from Tom Henderson and from Ralph's Valve. Now, they've also recently come out and said that the map that's being developed for this DMZ mode could very likely be shared with Warzone, because it's going to be this new map built specifically for this, and similar to what we had back in MW 2019, it's likely all going to be interconnected with these other maps in the game. Like if we go back and we look at MW 2019, we had the entire ground war mode, which by the way, great experience in my opinion. All those maps were interconnected, they were intertwined, they existed in the same general environment, and obviously as we got Warzone and Verdansk introduced into us, it was all those maps. They were recognizable for multiplayer, they all sort of existed in that same realm, and same deal with Spec Ops, the third mode. It was also built to exist in the same general environment where you could see other maps from being in one of those current maps. So it seems like they're going to approach in a similar way this year with the new Warzone map, because the DMZ mode will also be integrated with this same general universe and environment that we're playing in. Now, what's going to make up this new map for Warzone and this new map for the DMZ mode? Well, it seems like it could be quite a few remakes from previous games. We've already talked about one leak previously that said in MW 2022, we can expect a lot of the classic MW2 maps to return. And now we're starting to hear, again, keep in mind this is subject to change, but based off the information we have so far, we could see some classic MW2 maps actually implemented into this new DMZ map, and in turn, the new Warzone map as well. Things like Terminal, Afghan, Favela, Quarry, other classic MW2 maps that are iconic again in the gaming scene, and especially here in the Call of Duty franchise. But because it's going to be part of these larger areas in the DMZ mode, in this whatever the new Warzone map is called, they're probably going to be these core maps that we remember, but they'll also be expanded upon. So it's not just a one-for-one copy and paste of Estate or a one-for-one copy and paste of Favela or Quarry. It'll be other aspects that are in the, previous out of bounds areas on these maps. Obviously, you got to have a way in and a way out of every single point of interest. It's not like multiplayer where you're just spawning in and there's out of bounds areas. So you'd be able to explore more areas on these locations than just what the multiplayer maps were limited to, just like in MW 2019, where we had areas that, yeah, we played them in multiplayer, but in Warzone, there were other previously inaccessible areas that we could now go into, we could loot, you could use that to rotate, all sorts of stuff like that. So while it is semi copy and paste of old maps, iconic maps in the franchise, it'll be more detailed, more layered, more interactable, I would say, because you'll be able to enter buildings that you weren't able to enter, traverse rooftops maybe that you weren't previously able to climb on top of. It could be very, very interesting, but the core thing I want to reiterate here is that it does seem like it's going to have a similar approach like MW 2019 did, where a lot of the modes are intertwined and they do connect to one another. In a way, I think partially that's a good way for them to be able to make one large asset for, say, the Warzone map or the DMZ map, and then get 3 modes of content out of that, obviously, because I would not be surprised at all if we also see these maps updated and featured in multiplayer as well, because that would just make sense. That's a selling point for multiplayer too. But it's also a way to really bring the universe together and tell that better overall storyline, just like what we had in MW 2019, where things in the campaign connected to things in multiplayer, which connected to things in Warzone, and that story that was told in Warzone then had impacts on all the other modes as well. So it's a way to really have cool gameplay with iconic moments that obviously are very nostalgic, like I said earlier, with some of the best maps in COD history and some of the most memorable maps in COD history, but also have a relatively fresh feeling at the same time, because it won't play exactly like what it did before, because you're in a brand new mode where things are drastically different, engagements are different, rotations are different, all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, with all that being said, that is effectively everything we've currently heard about the next Warzone map, the MW 2022 or the MW2 Warzone map, that could be a very interesting play space in my own opinion. Let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments below. What maps from previous games in COD do you want to see featured in this new DMZ and in this new Warzone map? Do you want to see Rust return? Do you want to see Terminal or this, that, whatever other map you think would fit well in here? Let me know down in the comments below. But that is going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. It really does help the channel grow. And of course, if you're new here or if you have not already subscribed, this is the best place to be for all things going on in COD, news, updates, loadouts, tips. I'm covering it all each and every single day. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products, and the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.